Hi, fourth grade. Today I want to go over Packet 4, Day 7 Math with you. So I'm going to share my screen with you real quick, and we're going to go over the line graph activity. We're going to talk a little bit about the difference between bar and line graphs and why it's important to do this activity in a line graph. All right, so our line graph today is movies watched. Kim and his family often watch movies at home. The data shows the number of movies watched by them from 2008 to 2012. Draw a line graph to represent the data. Now, a line graph is different from a bar graph, so we're not going to use a bar graph for this. So right here, we have a table, and our table has information. So we're going to kind of go back and forth between this slide and the next one. And let's take a look at this table real quick. The year 2008, the family watched 8 movies. 2009, they watched 12 movies. 2010, they watched 10 movies. 2011, they watched 14 movies. 2012, they watched 18 movies. How many movies do you think they would watch this year in 2020? I know I've watched a lot more than 18 since we've been on quarantine. I don't know about you guys, but I have definitely been watching a lot of Netflix on my downtime. So we're going to come over here and we're going to go to the line graph. Now, a line graph, the reason why we use line graphs instead of bar graphs is we want to show the continuous change in the data over time. And data, of course, being that fancy word for information. So what we're going to do is we're going to plot the points on our line graph. And what how I'm going to do that is I'm doing this digitally. So if you're doing yours digitally on a slide as well, I want you to kind of watch what I'm doing so you can do that when you do your graph. And I'm going to do the first few points of information. I want you to do the rest on your own. If you're doing this on a piece of paper at home, of course, you can plot the points and then connect them. You can plot the points as dots and then connect the lines. Just like connect the dots with it. So let's go back to 2008. 2008 was 8 movies. So I'm going to go over here, and 2008's over here on the bottom. I'm going to use my line draw tool, and I'm going to click down here. This is the line, and I'm going to select line. And I am going to start from 0 because that's before our time. And I'm going to take this line, and I'm going to make sure that it lines up with 2008, and it stops at 8. It's not exactly perfect, but that's okay. All right, so there, 2008, they watched 8 movies. So now I need to come back up, and I need to see how many movies they watched in 2009, because I want us to see the change in data. All right, so 2009, they watched 12 movies. So I'm going to come over here, and once again, I'm going to go to my line draw tool. I'm going to select line. I'm going to start from that 2008, and they watched 12? 12 in 2009, and this is 2009. So let's make sure that I have that right. Yep, 12. All right, so the next 3 you're going to plot on your own, and you'll do the same thing. You'll go from 2010 to 10. Does that go up or down? What do you think about it? And then we're going to come over here, and we have to create 2 statements we can make about the line graph. So when I say statements, I just want sentences that tell me what the line graph is about. So here, what does this show us? And for the 3 questions over here, what questions can this graph answer? All right, I'm going to flip back to the first slide, and if you want to take a look at the information, go ahead and pause the video here. Okay. And over here on line graph, if you want to pause, you can pause the information here. If you need any additional help, of course, please contact your teachers. You can also leave a comment below. We miss you guys a ton, and we hope you stay safe. And let us know if you need anything. Thank you so much for joining me for Math Today, 4th grade. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you later. Bye.